Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Bill and Katie's romantic trap goes wrong. Cupid Brooke pays the price. The bold and the beautiful B&B. Spoilers reveal that Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, and Ridge Forrester's Thorsten Cade relationship is bound to take a nosedive soon. Although Brooke and Ridge were able to work things out after the whole Chakra debacle, that surely won't be the last time a misunderstanding causes drama. B&B loves to create scenarios where characters get the wrong idea and turn their backs on their respective partners. We all remember how Ridge went chasing after Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, when he incorrectly believed Brooke was behind that CPS call. Of course, there have been countless other examples of wrong assumptions and misleading dilemmas over the years. Soapy confusion is destined to be used as many times as B&B can fit it into their storylines. With that in mind, we should think about what misunderstanding the show might use next. Could the writers create a mix-up that involves Brooke's attempt to play matchmaker for Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, and Katie Logan, Heather Tom? After Brooke got updates on Bill's failed reunion pitch, she vowed to talk to Katie for him. Katie feels like Bill might choose her sister over her if Brooke was available, so that's been a hurdle when it comes to rekindling anything romantically. At some point, it's easy to imagine Katie opening up to Ridge and planting some seeds that could grow into a problem later. Katie might complain about Bill's former fixation on Brooke and insist she just can't get past it. In the meantime, Brooke might decide she can do better than just talking to Katie. Perhaps Brooke will play matchmaker and create a bit of a romantic trap for Katie and Bill. It might even be something that Bill and Brooke team up on, which could add to the confusion of it all. Ridge might find some unsettling clues and jump to the conclusion that Brooke is sneaking off for a romantic rendezvous with Bill. There might be some overheard conversations between the exes that leave Ridge thinking that Brooke has betrayed him. In other words, Brooke might try to play Cupid for Bill and Katie, only for Ridge to mistakenly believe she's cheating on him. That could give Ridge the green light to cheat with Taylor and blow up his relationship with Brooke in the process. It all started with a simple plan. Katie Logan and Bill Spencer had been dancing around their feelings for months, ever since that awkward dinner where Katie had caught herself looking at Bill the way she used to. The way a woman looks at a man who still holds her heart. They'd shared a few stolen glances, some close moments, but nothing had been quite right. Their love story had always been an explosive one, full of high highs and devastating lows. Katie wasn't ready to give Bill another chance just yet, but she wasn't ready to shut the door either. Bill, ever the confident billionaire, believed that they were destined to reunite. However, this time, it had to be different. No more lies, no more betrayals. He needed a grand gesture to sweep Katie off her feet and rekindle the flame that had always flickered between them, despite everything. That's where Brooke Logan came in. Always a fan of romance and second chances, Brooke had been rooting for Bill and Katie from the sidelines. She knew her sister's heart still beat for Bill, even if Katie wouldn't admit it. So when Bill approached her with his plan, a romantic evening designed to remind Katie of their best moments, their strongest bond, Brooke was on board. The idea was simple. Lure Katie to Bill's private yacht for an intimate evening under the stars, complete with all of Katie's favorite things. Bill planned to take it slow, make Katie feel cherished and loved, as they reminisced about the life they had built together once upon a time. Brooke, eager to see her sister happy again, offered to play Cupid. She would persuade Katie to meet her for a casual evening, and Bill would take it from there. But what's a simple plan in the world of the bold and the beautiful without a few twists? The setup Brooke had been convincing when she called Katie earlier that morning. "Let's have a sister's night," she said. "Just us, catching up by the marina. You deserve a break, Katie, after everything you've been juggling." Katie was hesitant. She had so much on her plate. Will's school activities, work, and her emotional turmoil over Bill's constant attempts to win her back. But Brooke was persistent, and after a bit of arm-twisting, Katie agreed. By the time evening rolled around, Katie arrived at the marina, expecting a quiet evening with her sister. What she got instead was Bill, standing tall and handsome against the backdrop of his luxurious yacht, the Spencer logo gleaming in the distance. "Bill?" Katie's eyes widened in surprise, and a trace of wariness entered her voice. "Where's Brooke?" "She's not coming," Bill said with a boyish grin. "It's just you and me tonight." Katie sighed, half expecting something like this, but there was a warmth in Bill's eyes she couldn't ignore. Maybe she owed it to herself to hear him out. After all, they shared a son, and at one point, they had shared everything else. Brooke's misstep. Meanwhile, Brooke was back at the Forrester mansion, satisfied with how things were unfolding for Bill and Katie. She poured herself a glass of wine and settled in for what she thought would be a quiet evening. However, as fate would have it, Deacon Sharp showed up unexpectedly. "Brooke, we need to talk," Deacon said, his face serious as he entered the living room. "Deacon, now's not really a good time," Brooke responded, not wanting to get sucked into another one of his heartfelt confessions or schemes. She had more pressing things on her mind, like how Bill's night with Katie was going. But Deacon wasn't going to be brushed aside. "This is important," he insisted, his eyes searching hers. "It's about Hope." Brooke's heart skipped a beat. "What about Hope? Is she all right?" Deacon hesitated, then lowered his voice. "She's fine, but there's something I need to tell you. It's about Thomas." At the mention of Thomas Forrester's name, Brooke's protective instincts flared. She had always been wary of Thomas, especially when it came to her daughter. She motioned for Deacon to sit, ready to hear whatever trouble was brewing now. What Brooke didn't know was that while she was distracted with Deacon's concerns, things were taking a dangerous turn at the marina. The romantic trap goes wrong. Back at the yacht, Bill's plan was starting to unravel. Things had started off well enough. Katie had softened after Bill reminisced about their early days, their love for Will, and how much they had been through. But as the evening wore on, something shifted. Katie's defenses started to creep back up. "Bill, I appreciate what you're trying to do," Katie said, pushing her plate away. "But you can't erase the past with a romantic evening. You've hurt me too many times. I can't just forget that." Bill reached across the table, his hand brushing hers. "I'm not asking you to forget, Katie. I'm asking you to remember how good we were when we were at our best. We've both changed. We could make this work." Just as Katie was about to respond, a loud thud reverberated from the deck above, followed by shouting. Bill's brow furrowed as he stood up. "Stay here," he ordered, his protective instincts kicking in. Moments later, the door to the dining room flew open, and in stormed Sheila Carter, of all people. Brooke pays the price. Meanwhile, Brooke's evening with Deacon had taken a turn for the worse. Their conversation about Hope and Thomas had spiraled into an argument, and in the heat of the moment, Deacon blurted out a secret he'd been hiding, one that involved Brooke's connection to Bill. Deacon revealed that Sheila had somehow gotten wind of Bill's plan to win back Katie and had decided to intervene. Brooke's heart raced as the realization dawned on her. She had unknowingly set a trap, not just for Katie and Bill, but for herself as well. She had underestimated Sheila's obsession with Bill and her penchant for chaos. Sheila's shocking move. As Sheila stood on the yacht, her eyes glinting with malice, it was clear she had one goal in mind: to make sure Bill and Katie never reunited. She pointed a gun directly at Katie, her smile chilling as she taunted them both. "Did you really think you could sail off into the sunset without me?" Sheila sneered, her voice dripping with venom. "Think again." Bill, ever the hero, tried to intervene, but Sheila was ready. The gunshot echoed through the night, and in an instant, everything changed. The romantic trap had gone terribly, terribly wrong. and Brooke's well-intentioned meddling had unleashed a storm neither she nor anyone else could have foreseen.